we definitely say blessed evening to each and everyone, as we definitely glorify the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. We're definitely in the zone. This is the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour, as we welcome you into the Tiger's Nest. Isaac the Priest, the Honorable with you. We definitely give thanks to the melodious sound. And welcome you into the Mystic Zone. As usual, we have a wonderful program for you this evening. The Shock of the Hour, a program that comes to you every evening at this very time. Promise we have a wonderful program for you in store today, and definitely we will begin this evening's program with our key Swahili word of the day. This evening we have a nice meditation I want to touch upon. Of course, as you know, the 20th day of December. I'm talking about the 20th day of December. That's this Sunday. We will definitely be having our lecture. We are talking about fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes, the online lecture. And this is a program that will be somewhat getting you prepared for Sunday evening. So we're looking forward to seeing you in the house, and we'll be telling you a little bit more about that as we go deeper into the program this evening. As I said, we will be, well, I didn't say it yet, but we'll be talking about the link between Batman and Robert the Bruce. Not Sunday. Well, we'll be touching upon that Sunday, but we'll be talking about that now, so that we are, as I said, we are preparing ourselves for Sunday, at least, so you get a good understanding that you may have already had the understanding that this ain't no joke show. But, some people hear that we're talking about fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes. They think it's some sort of kiddie show we're putting on here. Nah, man, we're breaking down the heavens, man, the esoterics, for those that have put it together, really, and the understanding that they had, why they have formulated such a message of the sublime, utilizing ancient allegory and esoteric understanding to create their allegorical message. Yeah, that's reality. That's really what's going on. But anyway, when you enter into the house on Sunday, we'll be breaking it down more and more. But the Honorable Princess Akisha Menin is with us.
Blessed love, welcome to another edition of the Kiswahili Word of the Day. Today's Kiswahili Word of the Day is maua, which means flower.
Let me hear that again.
Maua, M-A-U-A.
Marijuana?
No, maua.
Give me that again. Take it out.
Maua.
Oh, maua. Okay.
M-A-U-A.
And what it means?
Flower.
What is marijuana you're talking about? Okay, pardon me. I'm sorry. Blessed love. Let the Honorable Princess continue. That is how I stay sometimes. Go ahead, my love.
Anyways, 2 sentences. Nina penda maua. I love flowers. Yeah. Maua ni mazuri sana. Flowers are so beautiful.
Definitely. That is wonderful.
Yep. That is all for the Swahili word of the day.
Give thanks to the Honorable Princess Akesha Menin for the Kiswahili word of the day, and that is Maua.
Yes, M-A-U-A.
M-A.
If you had a pen and pad.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they should, Maua, M-A-U-A, Maua, and that is Swahili for flower. All right, I thought it was marijuana, Prince, but anyway, it's all right, no problem. And we have the Honorable Prince Alamase here as well, and he will be giving us the scientific fact of the day. So let's hear what is taking place on this side of, let's say, this side of the moon.
Blessed love, welcome to the scientific fact of the day. And today's scientific fact of the day is, well, about what you're seeing on the screen right now, Jupiter. And we're going to be talking about its big red spot. Well, not the creation or anything, just some fact that you should know. You see, the great red spot is shrinking. Before, it used to can hold 3 Earths. Now it can hold a little bit more than 1 Earth. That is all for the scientific fact of the day.
All right. So we're talking about Jupiter and what is Jupiter? That's a sea monster, isn't it?
It's a gas giant.
It's a who?
Gas giant from the planets.
Oh, the gas giant Jupiter. All right, and it once had the great red spot.
No, it's shrinking.
Oh, it's shrinking.
So it's still there.
And what is the great red spot? Did somebody thump him in his eye?
No. Probably due to the gravitational force. That's what scientists say.
Okay.
Don't really get the answer yet.
Yes, well, a lot of probabilities. All right, my lord. Well, give thanks for that scientific fact of the day. And of course, the Kiswahili word of the day. This is how we do it here on the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour. And all of this is just somewhat reminiscence of our international homeschool program that is not just carried out by myself, but by myself, the prince and the princess. So give thanks again, Honorable, for such strength. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. So definitely, and as we continue, as I said, we will be going into a specific subject this evening, because we are preparing it. We are preparing for Sunday, fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes. I mean, it's the judgment, it's the execution, it's the anything you want to call it. And it's going to be a wonderful lecture. And as I said, the program tonight is really to get the audience prepared for this dynamic lecture that we will be having on a Sunday evening. Remember that it's 7 p.m. sharp, and just to make sure that you have a good understanding that we will be really sharp on time. 7 p.m. you got to check wherever you are in the world to make sure your time aligns with our time. Remember, payments can be made via the Cash App as well, Atanara 2723. And if there is some issue with that, you could just email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com. So yeah, get yourself together, get yourself in order, and we shall be looking to ascend right now as we enter into the shock of the hour reasoning for tonight.
The shock of the hour.
A joke.
See, brothers and sisters, you're not going to straighten up on any word from me. Just the better ones of you. You're not going to hear no warning. No. Bush is not going to straighten up. Deng Xiaoping is not going to straighten up. The world leaders are bent on their course. They don't straighten up with no preaching. The shock of the hour has to be so powerful that it casts terror into the heart. Make you drop to your knees like the oxen that is being laid under burden. Force you to pray. to whatever God you think you know, make your calling.
What a joy when the people journey in a job, in a motive and intention and behavior, in economics, in a how we share the world culture, how the strong and the weak are live together in a ya. Every day you and a joy and laughter, in the things you have the love and the heart for. Concentration, how the outcome turn over. That's why you're setting in the meantime now, yeah. That's what you're studying in the know and the oh, yeah. The mode of advanced Selassie Redeemer, yeah, he show ya. Unmovable principle and where I reach all over. I'm feeling like a party in a particular. Make this a day where I've been enjoying a disaster. Them faith receipt when the people choice take over. Make sure he rooted the jah and righteousness no longer. To the nations of Asia, whenever hear them sound, yeah. Them in the countries of Africa, to whom it sound familiar. Well then the nations of Europe put them in front stage, yeah. When entrepreneurs in a entropy disorder, increase at the maximum cohesion stage, yeah. A free for all of what we'll call and who will answer. Well, market access of the large scale world over. Who is emailing your sons and a daughter? Could I give them good instruction to the roof, to the rafter? Could I baptize them in the ocean water? It's what they want for overs that them a go over. The internet creatures talking all the money in the world for. These children they are in and they never before. They are so when technology is like never before. That mean them exposures is like never before. Like never before, down on the ocean floor. Need resources more than ever before. Before nuclear power and show like never before. Fatalistic video alone like never before. New rich and new poor. Like
some very serious lyrics.
Data unit just let they keep the score like a never before.
If you only listen.
Imagine like never before. Things get hard, more than never before. Bills man they up on your door like a never before. This trust diplomacy tenure on the Congress floor.
Sure.
Enough man from the long man we are facing a soldier. Them in the dungeon and in the lockdown soldier. Distressed by poverty and greed in the world, yeah. Protect them as collective soul world over. Send to them in them district of caring, careful deliverer. Concerning how help this person distribute both, yeah. King Selassie is all that you see, yeah. From Gondar to Addis Ababa. These children they are in and never before. Them they are so in and never before. When technology is like never before. That mean exposures is like never before. Like never before down on the ocean floor. Need resources more than ever before. Nuclear power on show like never before. Fatalistic video alone like never before. New rich and new poor like never before. Central data unit just to keep the score. Satellite scanning radar imaging like never before. Things get hardcore like never before. Bills man on your door like a never before. Distrust diplomacy tenure on the Congress floor like never before.
Bills man at your door like never before. Yeah, give thanks. Yeah, never before. Tell you.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah. Definitely give thanks once again for your presence here. As I said, the shock of the hour, and we'll just go straight into it. I really hope and pray that you definitely full joy the meditation that we bring to you each and every evening. It is definitely our delight to sit in. It's my delight. It's the youth's delight to sit in and, bring a joy to all those who, take the time to sit and sup with us. And we do this for you every evening as it is the will of the Most High. So as I said, Sunday, definitely we'll be going into different levels. As you know, every time we do an online lecture, we make it our business to somewhat soften it up in a sense that, prepare it, tenderize it before we jump on the whole subject itself. So at least you will be familiar, you have familiarized yourself, pardon me, with some of the levels that we intend to touch. Even if we have talked about certain things before, we bring it up again. I don't think we have ever gone into this the way we're going to go into it tonight, but we have definitely touched upon it when we did that, I would call it underground documentary, Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes, The Judgment. But anyway, I would like to begin here. You saying something there, Prince? Okay, give thanks. I would like to begin here as it relates to, the whole subliminal message. Now, many ones, actually, those who have been following the Priest Isaac lectures for a long time, most of those, anyone that is listening now, that has been behind, the words, or, listening to the meditation for at least more than a decade, you more than likely they came across a lecture that we did in Tortola, Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes, the lecture, because that CD, even before the days of YouTube, etc., that CD somewhat, if you want to say, went viral. So a lot of ones made a strong connection with our lecture series, with that specific lecture. So those of the old school would be very familiar with how we connect the whole science of the sublime, the undertone message, the hidden agenda in the cartoons, in the fairy tale, in the holidays, and the nursery rhymes. So that's why we call them nursery crimes. That's why we call them folly days. And the days is not D-A-Y-S, the days is D-A-Z-E. That's not, they're not so much days. Well, for days, it goes on for days until it reached to weeks. So weeks, weeks. So everything is in the words because it's weeks, I mean, without the Sabbath, you must be weak. This is why we say a strong, because a strong is very, strong. It makes you strong when you keep the Sabbath. You have rejuvenated yourself. So the words is important. Christ says in his mouth, there's a two-edged sword, which he would use to smite the wicked. And the sword that is in his mouth is the words that he speak. The double edge. You take the word sword and you take the S and you put it at the back of the word, it becomes words. Two-edged, the beginning and the end, the sword, two-edged sword. S at the beginning, S at the end. So it becomes words because the words is the sword and the two-edged. That's the science, That's the science. That's why Batman and Robin, they're always into figuring out the clues. I mean, this is where we're going, figuring out the clues. Great Scots, Batman, you figured it out. That's Robin talking there. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, Holy smokes. What's the word for today again? Marijuana, huh? Mawa. The holy flower. Holy smokes, Batman. What smokes Robin talking about when he telling Batman holy smokes? But we'll get to all of that in a few moments. So really, I want to begin by just highlighting Thomas Chippendale. And the reason why, in fact, I may even begin there to some degree on Sunday for the audience that will come in there. And I'm encouraging everyone to get their ticket. As I said before, the space is limited for the webinar. But anyway, for those who will be coming in who may not even see this video, this is very key. That when you understand or hear this shock, when it comes to the science of the sublime again, there's something that I consider to be hero worship in a lot of the characters. This is almost the main point. In a lot of the characters, figures, individuals that you see in comic books, on the big screen, as far as cartoons, and just superheroes in general. Even in nursery rhymes, you have individuals that the creators of these nursery rhymes and characters, they have them as heroes. They're national heroes. They're great men and great women. So to keep their name alive, they have immortalized them in some sort of character, which either bears their name or appears to bear their name, or maybe have a totally different name, but the character is the same. Yes, well, we are lyrical geniuses. So Thomas Chippendale is one of those individuals. Now, Thomas Chippendale, for those who may not know, from Otley, this is in England now. I think he was born in 1810. And he was considered to be a Mason of high esteem. You see, this is why we have to break down the whole Knights of the Templars, the Knights of the Temple of Solomon, which is the same Knights of the Templars, and the persecution that they went through. But we're going to get to that in a moment. But why did they go through this persecution? It's all about keeping the secret. These are the knights, the holy monks, the Knights of the Templars, the Knights of the Temple of Solomon. So they kept the holy secret. So they were persecuted. What's their leader's name again? Their great leader was persecuted, and Jacques de Molay, persecuted for holding the holy secret, basically. The knowledge that they got from the Kabbalah, the knowledge that they got from the 9 monks that got it from Isaac the Blind. This science within the Kabbalah was kept. And this small group, which grew into an army of renown, again, the Knights of the Templars, the Knights of the Temple of Solomon, you know, they thrived, and their foundation was this great secret knowledge, this great esoteric understanding, magic, and if you want to use the term witchcraft, you know, unseen esoteric knowledge, the occult, which is used very much as a bad word in many spheres, but it just really means the unknown knowledge, really, that which is not common to the regular person. That's really what it means. But you know how words get out and simple words become bad words, but let's not go there right now. So the secret science of Masonry, and then coming down the line in the 1300s with Edward III and Edward the Black Prince, the Black Prince, which is the Prince of Wales, when they founded what? The Knights of the Garter, chivalry now, the Knights of the Garter, an organization which we mention from time to time. His Imperial Majesty was also a member of such an organization. We see that live as he attended the procession and into Windsor Castle, even taking the place of the traditional head of that organization, which is always the Prince of Wales, going into that ceremony. I hope the audience can follow everything that we're saying here. So really, the coming down the line now with all of this understanding of this secrecy, just kind of running through a crash course here, to be honest. Individuals like Thomas Chippendale now, all the way in the 1800s, he stood out. And, you know, a man of esteem, really, because he had the ability to craft the secret as such in the form of furniture. So just as the term masonry, would suggest, it's masonry, it's really blocks, you know, and stone that are put together. But here is an individual that has the ability to express the Gothic style, because it's all of that to it. The Gothic style, this is very important, coming from Germany now. The Gothic style of building. That is one of the key hallmarks, really, of modern day masonry. Understanding the Gothic art. Yeah. So Mr. Chippendale was good at that. But here is where he stood out. He did it using wood. Now, I don't know what they were thinking, but I know that the concept of the woodsman is highly revered, again, in masonry. As we said in that program we did on Pinocchio, and it's still there for you, for those who have not asked for it. As I said, we did a program on the shock of the hour those of you who are not subscribers to the Shock of the Hour, and you may have missed the Pinocchio program. It's not a program that we've put on the YouTube, so it's not there. As I said, all you have to do is email me, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and I will send you the audio program, Pinocchio, the Pinocchio program that we did, especially if you have plans to be in the house on Sunday for the lecture, talking about the 20th day of December for the lecture Fairy Tale, Holidays, and Nursery Crimes, because all of these, as I said, lectures are little episodes that we're doing leading up to the evening will assist us, as you would have seen from the previous events, going into the depths of the topics that we're going to touch, because this ain't just, show and tell it. We're really breaking things down, as you can obviously see here. So Mr. Chippendale now, as I said, renowned for being a woodsman. Again, like Geppetto in the Pinocchio. Geppetto was a woodsman. He had a forest full of trees. And remember, he carved all the fairies from the trees, or not just Pinocchio alone. But when he carved Pinocchio, that was his special prize. And remember, he told Pinocchio, just like scriptures, not to touch a specific tree in his garden. And those who may not have listened to the Pinocchio program will be saying, that ain't the movie I saw. I know, we're giving you the original before the movie that you saw, and plus the movie that you saw too, Jiminy Cricket. You remember what Jiminy Cricket means? Jesus Christ. We didn't make it up. Those who listened to that program saw exactly where we're coming from. So remember, these characters are also God figures. Pinocchio and all the Sleeping Beauty who dead and come back alive and all of that. They're God figures. Snow White and of course Snow White and Rose Red. God figures again. So even in the cartoon and the same Pinocchio going into the whale, as they say, which is Jonah going into the fish and coming, the same God figure, him becoming a real boy, God figure again, and his father Geppetto, which is Joseph in the old European language, God figure again, and Joseph, he's the puppet maker. He's a woodsman. He is the father of all the fairies. He is a woodsman. That is why in the Bible, he is referred to as a carpenter, a woodsman. So Mr. Chippendale, the Thomas, which is the twin of Christ, by the way. Thomas Didymus. That's why they pull them books out the Bible. They know we're going to wake up someday. Thomas Didymus, check the Gospel of Thomas. Is Christ look alike? So Thomas means twins. That's what it means, twins. Yeah. Mark Twain, long story. So really now, what is happening here now is that, what's his name there again? Thomas Chippendale. Yes, Thomas Chippendale. Yeah, we got that. Thomas means twins, Didymus. Thomas Chippendale was a woodsman, not just a nice furniture maker. And if you research Thomas Chippendale, I think is one of the most prestigious furniture makers today. I mean, although Mr. Chippendale is long gone, I mean, the tradition has carried on. It's still there. I think it costs a good penny to buy a Chippendale couch, chair, cabinet, bed, whatever, but they're there. You know what I mean? The rich and famous, you see what's going on. Yeah. So Mr. Chippendale name has lived on in his craft. Good. But he's so respected. He is so respected that he has lived on, especially even in the minds of young ones, as he has been immortalized as such in the fairy tale cartoon characters known as Chip and Dale, the chipmunks. Now it is extremely coincidental, very, very, what a coincidence. I never seen nothing like this, that you could get two people, one named Chip, one just happened to name Dale. And when you speak of them together, you put the word "and" in between and get the name Chippendale. Wow, that's very unique. Priest, you don't think you're kind of taking it too far? It's just a big coincidence. I mean, these things happen from time to time. You know that. Yeah. So what we will be doing on Sunday, we'll be also showing you slides, and we'll be highlighting the importance of the acorn in Freemasonry. And when you look at the works, you listening to me, my audience, when you look at the works of Mr. Chippendale, because we can't show everything. No. But when we look at the works of Mr. Chippendale, and you see the different designs, you see the design that is used by Lord Baden-Powell for the Scout movement. You see the acorn. The acorn is used in several flags, several state flags in the United States as well. You see the acorn on certain buildings that are renowned to be halls and lodges of secrecy, because the acorn represents the pineal gland. Please follow me. It's not me, eh? I'm not into no acorn business. I'm just showing you what they keep up. The acorn represents the pineal gland. So that is why you would see the acorn. Some people use it around as decoration on their walls or the fences, especially wall fences. You will see the acorn sculpture. I don't know what you call it, a bust. It's not a bust, it's not the head, but you see it on the different pillars of the wall going around. The acorn, just in the same way people have the cemented lions or some sort of pussycat or bullfrog on their fence. You know, you also see, well, they do that. You also see the acorn. Good. I know I go long to make a point, but them is some serious points. Because nobody making them points. Let's just be straight. Chippendale is acorn they eat. They're chipmunks. And not only they're chipmunks, they live in trees. You always see them running into the hole, and the hole in the tree, and inside is filled with acorns.
Monks.
Chipmunks. Because monks, the Knights of the Templars are considered as monks. And we're going to get to that. Give thanks for that information. They're coming from the prince. And they are brothers, they're twins. Thomas means twins. Didymus, Thomas Chippendale. So Thomas Chippendale is them characters here. He has been immortalized in the wood rodents. You know what I mean? Is a chipmunk a rodent?
Nope.
Oh man, sorry. No disrespect to the chipmunks. Not them, not Chippendale, the real chipmunks. No disrespect if they're not.
That is what it's called.
Yeah, well, I think that they'll pass us some rats for real. So Mr. Chippendale has been again immortalized in Chip and Dale, the chipmunks, the acorn eaters, living in the trees. Now that's a clear example. No one can deny that. I don't care who you are. You're gonna have to come good to say that, well, you can't see that somebody playing with your mind. And they make sure they give you this stuff when you least expect it. You're just born. You're just born, and they start to flush this down your mind. I'm going to say down your throat, down your mind. You understand? This is very serious. You have to be careful what you give a young mind, a baby, 3 months old, you feeding him Chippendale, not knowing, because at that time he's most vulnerable or she's most vulnerable, most spiritual, can take in the cosmic. They could overstand the story one time, and Mr. Chippendale getting all the respect in the cosmic zone, in the what was the place Uguay and Kai were fighting? We call it
Spirit realm.
the spirit realm. You check it. So yeah, that's what's going on. So here we have now. This is really the main edition now. You know what I mean? That was just leading up. This is the main event. This is a statue of Robert Bruce. Now, I'm just saying clearly, as we highlighted before, that Robert Bruce, in the same way Chippendale, Robert Bruce has been, I would say, deified in the character known as Batman. Of course, I think we all know that Batman is one of the world's most famous superhero. He's my favorite, really, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, Batman. You see, the thing with Batman is now, Batman, as I said before, Batman's superpower is not blue kryptonite or a super cape or a tight suit, or Batman's power is money. Straight up, Batman is a billionaire, and he uses intelligence and he uses his money to create devices, his utility belt, how he set up his bat cave, all the little stuff he has. He can see who's walking on Mars just because of his intelligence, his industrial meditation, entrepreneur, and he's a businessman, and he cashing in. Yeah, martial artist, no superpower, no spider bite him. He don't drink no special juice and get big and turn green. He just uses his natural ability, his natural meditation. You check, and he step up his game and cut down the criminals. So yeah, I that's yeah. But he needed to stop wearing his brief outside his tights, so I don't know what them fellas up to. But anyway, yeah, all of them fellas up on that thing, they really. But that's what it is Greek people you're dealing with there. But anyway, let's keep on track here. So we're gonna read something here quickly as it relates to Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce was the king of Scotland. For those who do not know, let's just run this down quickly here. I hope you're taking your notes. So Robert the Bruce, also known as Robert the First, probably known as Robert the Bruce himself, let me get this, was the king of the Scots. Great Scots Batman. Okay, take it easy here. Take it easy. We're going deep down the line now. Great Scots Batman. All right, here we go. The king of the Scots from 1306 to his death in 1329. And all of these dates are very interesting and very important to keep in mind, because there's some other characters that are going to come into this that we want to highlight too. Robert was one of the most famous warriors of the generation, and eventually led Scotland during the First War of Scottish independence against England. He fought successfully during his reign to regain Scotland's place as an independent country. Did I just hear a school bell ringing somewhere?
Yeah, me too.
What kind of thing? Really cool. That's something that's mystic. Yeah. All right. Anyway, where are we? He fought successfully during his reign and regained Scotland's place as an independent country, as is now revered in Scotland, and is now revered in Scotland as a national hero. That's Mr. the Bruce. He his paternal fourth grandfather was King David I, and Robert's grandmother or grandfather, Robert de Bruce, fifth Lord of Annandale, was the claimant to the Scottish throne during the Great Cause. All right. Now, there's some history I just want to highlight here. I can't be reading everything here for you. Yeah, you go ahead while I'm looking for this. You're saying something?
And Dale is in the word Annandale.
I checked that too a moment ago. Interesting, eh? Chippendale. All right. Okay, here it is. Despite Bannockburn was a war. The Battle of Bannockburn was a battle wherein the Knights of the Templars, this is very important, the Knights of the Templars were also a part of the war in Bannockburn, if the pronunciation is correct. And Robert the Bruce, as the king of the Scots, came to their aid at that time. Now, of course, we're speaking history, and in our reality, a lot of the history is said to be legend. So you yourself have to, continue even as it relates to your research. But you would know that Mr. Bruce, Robert the Bruce, during the time of the War of Independence, he was hid for 3 months, and they hid him in what is known as the Bruce Cave. I hope everybody's keeping their notes for the moment here. And some people actually said that he also hid some members of the Knights of the Templars during that war, because it was a hot time in medieval times there in Europe. And we're going to get to some of that information now, but let us just continue to read here, and then we will speak a little bit more about that. So despite Bannockburn, I hope I am not going too fast for my audience, because sometimes people say program too long. Make it shorter. You know, I mean, I don't know what people, I mean, if it's too long, you just stop listening where you think you had enough. What do you say? No offense to no one. But when you have things to say that you have things to say of importance, you gotta say it. So despite Bannockburn and the capture of the final English stronghold at Berwick, interesting, Berwick, eh? In 1318, Edward II refused to renounce his claim to the lordship of Scotland. Now, this is key, at least for me, that you have Edward II now. This is the father of Edward III. We're talking about the father, the father of the individual that really put the Knights of the Garter together. That organization of chivalry, that's what they call it. Eh? So really, but he refused to let go lordship over Scotland. That is why Bruce and England were at war, because England don't want to let go Scotland. In 1930, the Scottish nobility submitted to the declaration of Arbroath to Pope John the, what number that be? 22nd, declaring Robert as the rightful monarch and asserting Scotland's status as an independent kingdom. In 1324, the Pope recognized Robert I as king of an independent Scotland, and in 1326, the Franco-Scottish alliance was renewed in the Treaty of Corbeil. In 1327, the English deposed Edward II in favor of his son, Edward III. This is some serious business here now. And peace was concluded between Scotland and England with the Treaty of Edinburgh and Northampton. By God, by gosh, in 1328, by which Edward III renounced all claims to sovereignty over Scotland. Yeah, check it. And then he go and set up the Knights of the, you know what I mean, the scene. No, real scene, you know. Let me show you what's going on here, man. The Knights of the God. Remember, we're talking about securing. Do you know why Robert the Bruce is so highly respected? I had something else to read, but I don't even think the time might permit us, and I don't think we even have to read it. But one of the reasons why Robert the Bruce is highly respected is because he secured the Knights of the Templars during that same battle there of Bannockburn. He secured them. He helped them. So he's a hero. There's a reason why Chippenale is a hero. There's a reason why somebody else, they pick up somewhere down the line and they have them as a hero. So this Robert the Bruce was seen as a hero for such. Remember, the Knights of the Templars are the ones that have the secret, the hidden messages. Some people want to tell you, like, what the fella named there, Graham Hancock. Imagine that. You have some nice information, but he mad talking about Knights of the Templars build Lalabella churches. What's wrong with Graham Hancock? He needs to take his hand and listen. Ridiculous.
The churches.
You expect them fellas here with them red cross to be built, and that's the Red Cross, by the way, and Rosicrucian, all of that is the same Red Cross. That's the, yes, the Red Cross. You see it on the shield, you see it on the vesture and everything. It's the Red Cross. There's an organization called Red Cross, you know. Red Cross, the same thing you see on the first aid kit, Red Cross. You may say, but Red Cross has nothing to do with the Knights of the Templars. They are an august organization that just wants to take blood. Red Cross has been implemented in even coups, military coups, but hey, be careful with talk. So, and the Red Cross is the original British flag. If you take the blue out of the British flag, you get the red, you get the flag of the Knights of the Templars. All of these isosceles triangles or whatever triangles, what kind of triangles, but whatever you see in the British flag, just take them out, these slices, and you'll get the Knights of the Templars flag. So don't make them fool you. It's the same game going on. So they were seen as this order that secured the secret. That is what these lodges now, all these lodges across the world, and these Masonic lodges, them is babies. They worship these knights and the Knights of the Garter and Solomon's Temple and all of this kind of stuff. But those who really know the truth know that the Great Pyramid of Giza and the same Lalibela temples were the original works of high science and geometry, and they were not built by no Knights of no Templars, by Robert the Bruce, nor Edward III. All right. That man gave him build a little birdhouse in the yard. That's cool. You have to call the servants. Wilford, get the hammer and the nails. Yeah. So anyway, so what I'm saying here, so that is why Robert was highly respected. And this is why he was deified. It is obvious. You understand? Because the King of Scotland now, Robert the Bruce. Now, Bruce, Batman's name is Bruce. You check it? So Robert the Bruce got to be Batman. Oh man, come on, priest, that ain't good enough. I mean, you had me suspecting for a moment there. I mean, the history was nice. I would say that. You get an A for that. But come on, man, that's not good enough, man. I got a brother named Bruce. In fact, I got a cousin named Bruce too. Even Bruce Lynn, that's my sister-in-law. What's wrong with you? Yeah. So Robert the Bruce is Robin and Bruce. You know, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is Robin and Batman. Robert the Bruce Wayne, because Batman's name is Bruce Wayne. The cave. That's what I didn't read. The cave, the Bruce cave, is very important in history. This is the place where Robert the Bruce, the national hero, was hid. They hid him there for 3 months, where he contemplated, and a spider came down and tried to weave a web in front of the entrance, and the spider failed several times. That's not me making this up. This is a part of the folklore. Robert the Bruce in the cave with the spider. And then after a while, the spider weaved the web, and that gave Mr. Bruce the courage to go and fight the war, and he came out of exile. The Bruce cave.
Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man thing comes to mind. But Batman now has a cave too. The Bat Cave. So Robert the Bruce and Robin and Bruce both have a cave. Robert the Bruce has the Bruce Cave, and Robin and Bruce, or Robin and Batman, has the Bat Cave. All right. Interesting stuff. Because really, again, remember, Robert the Bruce is the King of Scotland. Now, Batman, not seen as the king as such, but obviously you don't know when trouble gone wrong in Gotham. That's what they call it, Gotham. Now, interesting, it's not spelled Gotham, eh? It's spelled Gotham. Well, I ain't got none of that, but Gotham City. But it's pronounced Gotham. I mean, growing up, if you were to ask us to spell it, we'd spell it like Gotham, like a Latin instead of Gotham, but they pronounce it Gotham. But listen to me. Scotland, because I play on words, Scotland, the Gothic city, because keep in mind, even when England went to war with Germany in the world wars, remember it's Queen Victoria, grandsons fighting each other, and Victoria and her family originally came from Germany. That's why they changed their name from what it was to Windsor, from Saxe-Gotha to Windsor, Gotha. Gotha, Gothic, Gotha, Gosh, God, Gothic, German. You understand? So that Gothic, which is Masonic, that Gothic influence was great throughout Europe. But the Knights kept it undercover. This is deep. The Knights disguised themselves as Protestants as well, protesting against the Roman Catholic Church. So Scotland, the Gothic city is Gothlem. Scotland is Gothlem, the Scottish Gothic city. So the same way that Robert the Bruce rules over Scotland, Batman rules over Gothlem, but it's Gothic. So that therein lies the hidden code, but it doesn't end there. Again, keep in mind the cave, keep in mind the name, and we're not speaking of like the new movies and all of that. We're speaking of the character at their core. Batman's mother's name was Martha. His father's name was Thomas. Again, you have biblical characters there. And Batman, both Batman and Robin, and even the Incredible Hulk, they all witnessed their parents die a serious death. If I'm not mistaken, Batman's parents were mugged and were killed in front of his eyes. And it is because of that that he, avenged that he will kill criminals and did what he had to do. Yeah. Robin saw his parents, they were acrobats, fall out of the sky in a circus and just drop dead in front of him. The Incredible Hulk, Mr. Bruce Banner. This is another Bruce now. This is another Bruce. The Incredible Hulk, another Bruce. Let's hold on here. Another Bruce. And Mr. Incredible Hulk, the Bruce, he saw his father kill his mother. If I'm not mistaken, he killed his father at his mother's grave. Some kind of strange meditation that they're putting in the mind of the little baby on the pacifier, talking about play with Uncle Hulk, hee hee hee, some stuff, little, give me a break. So, but you see the Hulk thing now, because Hulk is Batman, huh? Hulk is Batman. It's the same infusement. These characters are infused into each other. If you understand science, man, listen, we never did the Kung Fu Panda, break down the Kung Fu Panda yet for our audience. When you start to break down Kung Fu Panda, you see how you infuse characters into each other right in front of the eyes of the audience without them picking it up. Hulk, in his regular form, his name is, listen to what he named, Robert Bruce Banner. That's what his name. That's what Hulk named. That's what Hulk named. Robert Bruce. That's what Hulk named Robert Bruce Banner. He may not have a cave, I don't know. You know what I mean? But the name alone should let you say, okay, there must be a link here, and there is a link here. Now, you see the Hulk character is not a character to play with. It's not just this big, dumb, massive fella that loses mind. Hulk is a universal character. Hulk travels to the different galaxies. There's a movie, my brethren Kareem was telling me about a movie, I think Hulk get a cut. And the blood was, I think it was green, eh? And when it touched the ground, the barren earth started to grow flowers and trees and all sorts of things and rivers and birds. Because Hulk is a creator. Hulk represents the Olmec. Nah, come on, you're going too far now. We mean you're going too far. Look at all the jewels we done drop already. Ye of little faith. Just take it, man. If I'm not going to say so unless I can prove it. I ain't going to say so unless I can prove it. Think I'm going to just talk it? I mean, come on. I mean, we can go beyond that right now. So what I'm saying now is that when you check the tradition, for example, of Lord Pakal, I know we have reasoned about Lord Pakal many different times. And remember, this is just a pre-blesser, not a precursor. People like to talk about precursing. They're done cursing you already. So precursor, and move the cursor. Move the cursor over there. I tell you. Yeah, I ain't cursing nobody. I'm telling you, and a mouse. Eh? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So this is just a pre-blesser to the lecture on Sunday, and again, these are things that we have covered. Lord Pakal is a Christ figure. Just straight up. We can't go around the bush too much. We just got to get to the point. Lord Pakal is what is known as a feathered snake. He represents the human form of Quetzalcoatl. Everything, even down to the jade mask you see on his face there with the different, what do you call it, jade beads put together, represents, you know, many different things geometrically. That is why when you take his mask and you take the transparent mirror image, transparent mirror image, and you align it with the picture of the regular mask. What is the opposite of transparent? Is it opaque or something? Right. So you get an opaque regular picture and a transparent mirror picture of the same mask, and you start to dally with certain pivot points that are located in the mask, and you see all sorts of pictures appear. We have highlighted this in our documentary, The Night of the Black Tiger. We have highlighted this in the documentary 7, The Divinity of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. And we have done several episodes, I think, on YouTube where you see us highlight this again. So just take it from us that when you play with the mask as such, you get the image of the feathered snake. Now, this is miraculous. You also get the image of the bat. This is miraculous. This is a mask made from scores, if not hundreds, of broken beads, just chipped up beads that just happen to fit perfectly together to make this mask. And you could take a picture of the mask, a transparent picture, a mirror transparent picture of the mask, and put it together with the original mask and turn it around and put it here and there and get pictures, not just any old pictures like you're seeing something in the cloud, and those ain't any old pictures neither, but pictures that align to the subject, the feathered snake, the bat. The bat is the animal symbol of the Olmec. So the bat is the animal symbol of Lord Pakal. Look him there, Lord Pakal. Lord Pakal is green, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. And his animal symbol is the bat. Okay. So the Hulk now, it's not impossible to understand that there's some relationship with the Hulk and Batman. The both of them is Robert the Bruce. Robin and Bruce, we passed that stage already. The cave, Bat Cave, you know, and deified because he housed Knights of the Templars, and you know what I mean. Scotland, the Gothic city. Scotland is Gothlam. You see it. You understand the science.
Yep.
So and now Hulk come into the scene. He is Robert Bruce. You should at least pay attention to that and say, okay, let us look deeper into it. There must be something we're missing. Because he named Robert Bruce. These killers ain't gonna name him. It's a fictitious character. Then it's like Zeus, and them is the new Zeus. Hulk can say is the new Zeus, and the new, give me the next one of them fellas there. Perseus and the new Perseus or whoever they are. Poseidon or whatever, Titan and them fellas. This is the new stuff. Superman. Superman is the chief god. You know what I mean? Superman, that's the little children god in him. If you tell the child Jesus or Superman, at least in my day, Superman, we get it. Yeah, I mean, you only see Jesus the Sunday time, eh?
All anyone needs to do is just hold out the green glowing stick.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. That's the crucifix there for him. So I'm just saying now that you have the Hulk, the green, obviously, you know, the Osiris is green as well. The Ptah is seen green sometimes. All of that is within the same science. And the Hulk figure obviously has some sort of look as the Olmec as well, being the Lord Pakal, being the Olmec and represented by the bat. So I'm just saying that within the science, this is something that is not we making this up. They are the ones that put it together. So this is why, as I said, when we come on Sunday and we really break this thing down deeper, yeah, man, this is just like almost the surface. This is why we have to come and do it here. So at least we may not have to take that much time on this Sunday. We can just skip over this like Jet Li on the water. Skip. You ever watch Jet Li? Anyway, so, yeah, like Jet Li on the water. Just skip, and get to some deeper aspect of the reasoning. Because we have to break off Big Bird Beak, and man, we ain't gonna play around with them, you know. Look, this is gonna be a brutal. Let me just forewarn you to it. This is gonna get brutal. We don't play with these things here. They play with the minds of our little ones. You may think it's funny and giggle, 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 but your heart better be strong when you come into the room on Sunday. Because we have the executioner in the house. Just wait till we complete the documentary Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes, the execution. I mean, they have to rate that one there. You know what I mean? What you rate them kind of movies there? You know, parental guidance is recommended, because it's gonna be a slaughter on the fairy tales. Don't play with them things there, man. They're murderers. Rockabye baby on a treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. And when the bough break, the cradle will fall. You never thought about it. The baby in a cradle on the treetop. So who put it up there? Is it a bird? I don't think so. I believe it's human beings. And when the wind blow, the cradle will rock, and the branch break. They change it to bough, so you know me, you kind of miss what happened.
Fairy Tale Follies will have activities that may be triggering.
Just imagine that you were to sing that nursery crime. When the branch break, the baby will fall. You would quickly pick up the message. But for years, you're singing, when the bough break, the cradle will fall. And even if it says bow, you should still pick it up. But you see, I hear people saying, but we all took vaccines when we were small. But it didn't do us anything. It didn't do us anything. So how somebody can tell you to sing to your baby, when the branch break, the baby will fall and the cradle will drop on his head, and you don't pick that up? It's the vaccine. Something has to have been done to you, whether it's the Kool-Aid, whether it's the cornmeal, cream, or wheat. Let me say that. I'll leave it at that. I didn't call the right name, so nobody can sue me. Whatever it is they give us to eat, drink, smell, wear, something has been done to us that we become so numb and dumb and can't even feel the pain, that you could give us something like that to recite, and we don't even pick it up. Somebody saying something here?
Your transgression is advice.
Viewers,
Viewer transgression.
I don't think it's transgression. I think it's viewers.
Discretion.
Discretion
Discretion
is advised. Thank you very much. You're right. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, if the baby falls, then what will happen to it? It would die or something.
The baby will die.
Yep.
The baby will die.
Again, distracted.
I'm telling you. Yeah, so definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Looking forward to everyone stepping in on Sunday. And listen, man, I'm sure you know by now for sure. I'm encouraging you all. I mean, if you become a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour, definitely the Shock of the Hour is not only a program you'll get every evening, but when it comes to these lectures, for sure, you don't even have to worry your head. Just know for sure you'll be getting the key straight to the lecture hall, because all of our subscribers are definitely open to all that we have to offer. And we have some special bundles still available. Remember, for sure, you receive 3 of our 3 major books, our 3 major ebooks, which are the book Anu, Ancient and Modern Revisited, and of course, the Biblical Land of Israel, the true biblical land of Israel, and of course, our earlier, some people say latest, but it's right on time, book we're talking about. What is the name of the book there again, boy? The Heavens Declare the Glory, Rastafari, and the Cosmos. You get these 3 books for only $50 United States currency. And when you do that, that alone is the bundle. That's it. That's really the gift. But we're saying we're adding more to that. We're adding more to that. You could definitely get a whole month's worth of the radio program, The Shock of the Hour. Now, these books, you can get it on Amazon too. Some people shy, they don't want to talk to you. They just want to go to somebody else and buy your stuff. No problem. It's all right. Nice to meet you still. But whatever the case is, you can still go to Amazon. You ain't going to get the bundle there. And I don't think they have the shock of the hour that they could give you. So for sure, if you take the 3 books from us, no hating on Amazon, but if you take the 3 books on us, for sure, you can get the shock of the hour, a whole month's worth of the shock of the hour without any charge whatsoever. And the fact that you are a member of the shock of the hour, whether you are a yearly subscriber, a 6-month subscriber, a 1-month subscriber, or you got 2 weeks free, or you bought a bundle and got a month or 2 months free, whatever the case. Once you are a subscriber, when we have our online lectures, you definitely will get your free pass into the lectures. Sound good to me? Okay, sound good to you, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Hey, listen, we're not gonna leave like that tonight. Let's just leave with the vibration as we had the vibration here. You know, I like this little one here. Let us, you know, seal up with this one. Yeah, as we always say, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And it takes some realize the real lies that are amongst us. And I will encourage them that they sign up for the international homeschool program. Wait a second. Holy Emmanuelite, Selassie, Rastafari, blessed love.